Imagine waking up one morning to find out that millions of people, your neighbors, co-workers, and even close friends, are being forced to leave the country overnight. Sounds unreal, right? Well, that's exactly what happened yesterday after Donald Trump's inauguration. Breaking, millions of Indians were just deported overnight, hours after Trump's inauguration. Families torn apart, businesses in crisis, and protests erupting across the U.S. How did this happen so fast? Stay tuned, because this is bigger than anyone expected. In a shocking and controversial move, Trump wasted no time making headlines on his first day back in office. His administration swiftly enforced a mass deportation policy that sent millions of Indian immigrants back to their home country. The move has sparked outrage, fear, and intense debate across the U.S. and India. But how did this happen so fast? And what does it mean for the future of immigration in America? Let's break it all down. Now, let's rewind for a second. We all knew Trump had strong opinions on immigration, but no one expected him to move this fast. Just hours after taking the oath of office, his administration rolled out a sweeping executive order targeting undocumented immigrants, visa overstays, and even legal residents who were caught up in what's being called one of the most aggressive deportation efforts in U.S. history. Reports flooded in from major airports across the country, New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, where Indian nationals were being rounded up, denied re-entry, or put on flights back to India. Social media exploded with videos of families crying at airports, businesses losing employees overnight, and entire communities left in shock. But here's where things get even more intense. This wasn't just about illegal immigrants. Many of those deported had been living and working in the U.S. legally for years. Some were on work visas, student visas, and even green card holders caught in bureaucratic loopholes. Imagine working hard, building a life, paying taxes, and then suddenly being told, "Pack your bags, you're leaving." And here's the craziest part. This might just be the beginning. If you think this is shocking, wait until you hear what's coming next. The political fallout. Unsurprisingly, this move has sparked massive backlash both in the U.S. and abroad. Protests erupted across major cities, with thousands demanding answers and justice for those affected. Indian government officials have called this a diplomatic crisis, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's administration scrambling to address the sudden influx of deported citizens. Tech giants like Google, Microsoft, and Apple, companies that rely heavily on Indian talent, are pushing back hard. CEO of Google, Sundar Pichai, himself an Indian immigrant, released a statement calling the move devastating and warning that it could cripple the U.S. tech industry. And let's not forget that Indian Americans make up a significant part of the workforce in Silicon Valley, healthcare, and engineering. Even some Republicans are caught off guard. While Trump's base is cheering this as a major win for his America First agenda, many in the business community see it as a self-inflicted wound that could hurt the economy in the long run. What happens next? So what's the future looking like? Well, the Biden administration's immigration policies have been completely overturned, and Trump is making it clear that he's doubling down on his strict stance. Immigration lawyers are already overwhelmed with cases, trying to fight for those who still have legal grounds to stay. Meanwhile, thousands of families are left wondering if they're next. As for India, the country is facing an unexpected crisis, millions of deportees arriving all at once, struggling to find jobs, housing, and a way to rebuild their lives. Some experts warn this could put pressure on India's already struggling economy, while others believe it might actually push India to invest more in its own workforce rather than losing top talent to the U.S. One thing is for sure, this is just the beginning. Trump has made it clear that his immigration policies will only get tougher from here. The question is, will America be better off because of it? Or is this a decision that will come back to haunt the country? What do you think? Is this a bold move to protect American jobs, or an unfair attack on hardworking immigrants? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this developing story. Stay tuned. Things are just getting started. The ripple effect, how this changes everything. This isn't just about immigration. It's about the future of America's workforce, economy, and global reputation. Right now, businesses that rely heavily on skilled Indian workers are scrambling to figure out their next move. With a huge portion of their workforce suddenly gone, companies in the tech, medical, and financial industries are warning of major disruptions. Take Silicon Valley, for example. Indian professionals make up a massive share of the tech workforce. From software engineers to startup founders, losing millions of skilled workers overnight isn't just inconvenient, it's catastrophic. Some companies are already bracing for hiring freezes, project delays, and even potential relocation to more immigrant-friendly countries like Canada or the UK. And then there's the medical sector. Did you know that a significant percentage of doctors, nurses, and pharmacists in the US are of Indian descent? Hospitals are now dealing with an unexpected staffing crisis, with patients facing longer wait times and fewer available specialists. In states like Texas, New York, and California, where Indian professionals play a crucial role in healthcare, the impact is already being felt. Meanwhile, India itself is in damage control mode. The country is suddenly flooded with returning citizens, many of whom haven't lived there for decades. Housing markets are under pressure, job competition is rising, and families are struggling to adjust to life back home. The Indian government is holding emergency meetings to figure out how to integrate these returnees. But let's be real, there's no easy fix for a crisis of this scale. The legal battle ahead. But here's the twist. This might not be over just yet. Legal experts are already gearing up to challenge Trump's deportation order in court. Immigration advocacy groups argue that many of those sent back had legal rights to stay, and lawsuits are piling up to block further removals. Several Democratic lawmakers are also pushing back, calling this an inhumane and reckless move that undermines America's core values. Some are even introducing emergency legislation to reverse the deportations or offer pathways for affected individuals to return. But with Trump controlling the White House and a Republican-led Congress backing his policies, the chances of a legal reversal seem slim, at least for now. On the global stage, this decision has also strained U.S.-India relations. Prime Minister Modi, who once had a strong diplomatic relationship with Trump, is now under pressure to take a firmer stance against the U.S. Many are calling on India to retaliate by imposing restrictions on American businesses operating in India, something that could trigger a full-blown trade dispute. What this means for immigrants moving forward. If you thought this was just a one-time event, think again. Trump has made it clear that this is just the beginning of his immigration overhaul. His administration is now reviewing visa programs, green card policies, and even birthright citizenship laws. The message is clear. Under Trump's leadership, immigration is no longer a given, even for those who followed the rules. So if you're an immigrant in the U.S. right now, the uncertainty is real. Will more communities be targeted next? Will legal residents and visa holders face unexpected deportations? No one really knows, and that's what makes this situation so unsettling. This story is developing fast. And trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next. So hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we're breaking it all down as it unfolds. Final thoughts. What's next for America? One thing's for sure. America is at a crossroads. Some see this as a necessary move to protect American jobs and resources, while others see it as a dangerous overreach that could backfire economically and diplomatically. What do you think? Is this a bold step towards national security and economic stability, or a disastrous decision that will cost the U.S. more in the long run? Let's talk about it in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more breaking news and analysis, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss the next update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.